Yeah, so this is part two about me talking about the relationships between black men and black women. So the last part of the part one video, I guess you could say, I was speaking about um, redefining masculinity for oneself. I'd say the same thing for women. You know, if someone gives you a definition of what a woman should be, or when you're told what a woman should be, I would just encourage you, as I do encourage men, encourage everybody to look at that definition and ask yourself and be really honest. Does this work for me? You know, if the stereotypical definition of being a woman and femininity works for you, by all means, if you like it, I love it, go for it. But if you are miserable and feel like you're confined in a box, baby, I say bust on out. So anyway, speaking on the brothers, I really think we need to work on this how we do masculinity thing. I mean, how do that can manifest as if you're a father, um, let your son know that it's okay to show an other emotions besides anger. I mean, we breed monsters when we only when the only thing that we tell boys it's okay to show is anger, aggression, and any other forms of aggression. If your son cries or if your son, um, you know, um, wants to do something else besides play with a truck, or wants to do something else besides sports, or um, something of that nature, and you're breathing down his neck about it, giving him heck about it, that's a mess. I mean, we are humans. It's dehumanizing for anyone to be expected to show only one emotion. So, men should it should fully be acceptable that we show a continuum of emotions as is humanly natural. So, you know, one of the ways that I feel like you can challenge um, oppressive masculinity. Um, uh, I'm not saying all types of masculinity is oppressive, but one way that you can challenge masculinity that can be dangerous is by, that would be an example, would be by allowing your male child or your brother, whomever, your male friend, to show a different type of emotion besides anger. So, anyway, that's just a little example. But, yeah, while I'm saying all this, I'm not in any way trying to male bash. I'm not gonna bash myself. However, I am gonna critique myself, right? I mean, that's the whole point. So I think men, need to be um, conscious that um, just be invested in things such as reproductive justice. I was really involved in the reproductive justice movement in the South, and there's not a lot of brothers who are in the movement, and that we do ourselves a disservice, because if they are coming for our sisters today, you can best believe they are coming for me in the morning. And that goes with any group of oppressed people, any group in the margins. If they coming for black folk today, you can best believe they coming for uh, folks of Latin descent tomorrow. If they coming for black folk today, you can best believe they coming for gay folk tomorrow. If et cetera, et cetera. So we also need to be more invested in upholding the rights of folks who don't look like us, who don't think like us, who ain't from the same place that we're from. Um, because all oppressions intersect. You cannot dismantle sexism or dismantle racism if you don't talk about xenophobia. You can't dismantle ableism if you don't also talk about transphobia. So, all these things intersect. Um, Identity is a complicated thing. It really is. I am, you know, academics call it intersectionality, and that just basically means that there are axes of oppression, kind of like if you can imagine a wheel on a bicycle, and there are spokes, and they intersect at some point. And so, for example, um, my axes of oppression, or how intersectionality works for me, is I am privileged um, by being a male, but I am not privileged, rather, I am oppressed because I am black. I am privileged uh, by being quote unquote able bodied. I'm not perceived as being disabled, but you know, I grew up um, without a class privilege, so I'm oppressed. I was oppressed, by being lower class, or less than middle class. I was poor um, growing up, essentially. So, it talks about those axes of oppression and how one reinforces the other, etc., etc. So, uh, yeah, brothers, we need to be invested in stopping violence against women. And of course, at first it starts with the man in the mirror. So, if you are violent, you need to seek help and get it together. That's not okay. That doesn't make you more of a man, uh, or anything else. Frankly, I'm not impressed. So I think we need to work on that and raise our sons and raise our daughters differently. Let her know that she is autonomous. She does not need a man to be complete. Um, she does not need to be a doormat to be beautiful. She does not have to conform to the rules of adornment to get the attention of a man. That she has autonomy and intellect, and that it's okay if she wants to play sports, and it's okay, if she is not, one of the pretty and pink girls who want to sashay around, that's all right. Let her do her, and you can still be realistic about what some of the social ramifications of that may be. Um, but we need to encourage individuality uh, in the midst of social critique, and in the midst of preparing our children for what may come when they don't necessarily fit in that box. So, everyone, I wish you all eternal peace and blessings, uh, and I certainly am willing to engage in respectful dialogue and about a host of subjects. So, all right, I guess for now I'm out. I'm always worried about time, and I forget to have my little timer while I'm on here. All right, peace.